Here is a team practice rotating midfielders. Some players on the pitch, so goalkeeper, rotating midfielders, and the rest of the players, all in red but the same team, play from the back, from those centre-backs, out to the wing-backs and into the central players. And we're going to get those to rotate, but firstly we need to make sure they've not got the ball. On this sequence, just a core move out, but then those players are going to rotate in the middle. Which means we can also put some supporting runs in there. Supporting to come and collect the ball from one of those wing-backs. A supporting run going forwards towards the goalkeeper. Number of sequences that we can do. This one is just a little one too. But just having that goalkeeper in play too just means that they can also do a wall pass back to the players and we can practice some dribbling. There's literally going to be hundreds of ways that we can sequence this, but I'm just going to give you a few. If directly from those centre-backs, we can play directly to the midfielders that can then play on to the wing-backs, again playing to the goalkeeper. I do add in a second goalkeeper, so you have two goalkeepers as well, just can keep them rotating. So although we are just rotating and we are going anti-clockwise, you can also go clockwise with this practice, no problem, as long as those players are rotating. Every time the ball comes into them, they can play it back out. So here's a different sequence. Rather than playing to their closest midfielder, they can play to the furthest one, which means they're going to get a diagonal pass with a straight run. Just adding core moves into this practice. Obviously, if any of your players pass in the wrong direction, like there, they straight to the keeper rather than the player, it's no problem. Everyone can still follow the sequence of dribbling back. Again, we can be really creative with this one, so we can play a square ball first before playing into those central players and receiving the ball back. You can just make sure that the pitch is just the right size for your players, and also utilise that player at the front of the triangle, the one that's right in front of the goalkeeper, so we can actually have another pass put in place. That will do, especially if your goalkeeper is a little bit slow at getting the ball back to the players. Slows play down on one of the sides, gives them time to recover, to get up and get the ball with that extra pass being put in place. As you can see there, we've got the player on the right hand side playing into the goalkeeper, but also a little wall pass put in. Just helps the keeper out and just keeps your players alert. Obviously, if you're doing this for the first time with your players, you may just want to do one or two sequences, but here's another sequence. So we're just offsetting those players slightly. One player that can take a long dribble. So you've just got one player that's just travelling with the ball down to the goalkeeper, and the other player is playing to that front of the three, before playing into the goalkeeper and receiving the ball back. It's handy to get your players sometimes playing a little bit more direct, but still looking at those players, you see they're just offset. We can play the long ball to the furthest player and playing really direct. And we can add some link-in play, just slow us down on one of the sides. Going to give that keeper just a few moments extra just to reset themselves, get the ball, but there's no hold-up. Again, different sequence this time. One player that's played right to the furthest player, one that's played it across, both receiving the ball back, and a three-player link-up move in the centre. Having those players just rotating around, just having supporting runs in place, both defensively and also when we're in possession trying to attack. If you do have two goalkeepers, or if you've got a player that maybe is injured, don't do the running or too much of it as well, just put them both at the top, and then you can just have those two players, the goalkeeper and the other goalkeeper, or the other player that can't run, just switching over every time they play the ball. That way they'll get used to playing it out to the left and the right like that. You can make your own combinations with this, or you can use some of the ones I've just demonstrated there, but go and enjoy.